Hello, this is Todd Bruss, and this is the original agent hooked up to its own Launch Daemon. And this is the original version that only had a few things in place. It was created in 5 minutes, and of course we don't have access to our daemon right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's figure out what we're missing here. Now this is all screwed up, this window. Okay, the agent says it's active. We're gonna say it's active again. Okay, the launch help daemon is active, and we're gonna ask it a question now. We have our API key. Right now it says Claude Opus 4. I don't know if this is even gonna work. We're going to say, hello, who are you? And let's see what we get back. It says, I'm an Anthropic macOS agent with root privileges. I can execute any shell command in your system. A privileged helper daemon. I'm here to help you complete system administration tasks, configure settings. Okay. What all can you do? Expand. What all can you do? It's thinking hard, so let's see what we get back here. Okay, this is a pretty good list. We got system management, user and security. We have file system, network, process management, deployment, development domain, and monitoring and diagnostics and automation. So let's see what the system management has: install or remove software, manage system services and daemons, modify system configurations and preferences, control startup items and launch agents / daemons, create, modify, delete user accounts, change passwords and permissions, manage sudo access and system settings, configure firewall and privacy settings, read, write, delete any file, including protected system files. Oh boy, that's a good one. Modify permissions and ownership, mount, unmount volumes, manage partitions, configure network interfaces, modify DNS routing tables, manage VPN connections, control network services, start, stop, restart any process, monitor system resources, kill unresponsive applications, schedule tasks with cron / launchd, install development tools and environments, configure databases and servers, manage code repositories, set up build environments, check system logs, monitor process matrices or metrics, diagnose hardware issues, generate system reports, automation, create scripts and workflows, set up automated backups, configure system maintenance tasks. I can execute commands through shell and chain operations together to complete tasks. What would you like me to help you with? And so just want to let you know that none of this was in its system prompt. I'm not sure if it is even a system prompt in here yet. It was originally configured with an Anthropic API key. We have a Claude service, which it only knows that it's a macOS agent with root privileges via a Launch Daemon. And it only has like 2 tools: task complete and execute command were the only 2 tools I had to start with. It says you can execute any shell command with root access, work effectively and methodically to complete tasks. Always verify your changes after making them. This is kind of nice to see. I'm sure a lot of this got wiped out. This is actually some pretty good instructions. When the task is fully complete, call task complete with summary. If a command fails, analyze and be concise. Now this thing has never been run in this mode before. And we're not in a sandbox, we're on my direct computer, but let's go ahead and run something. The nicest thing to run from here is since it has, pretty much root access, got access on the computer, it can also check to see if it's all the systems on here are secure. I ran something similar to this with the newer agent. It'd be interesting to see what this one comes up with. So let's just say, please do a full system scan and diagnostic on and search for malware or anything related that might be compromising the system itself. Let's see what it comes up with here. So this is probably going to take a little while. So it's doing a system version. So it's checking out what kernel we're running. And now it's going to start with a comprehensive security scan. And let's see what it comes up with. I like how all this Adobe stuff, pops up. So it's looking at the Launch Daemons, it's looking at the Launch Agents. And I bet you a lot of these are not using SMAppService, which is what Apple recommends, and I guarantee none of these are using SMAppService because they're popping up as pless. I think SMAppService obfuscates this stuff because my other daemons are not showing up. So that's a good sign that SMAppService is actually working. So these are like public launch daemons that are running. Again, this is the first time the first version was actually allowed to do something on a real computer. Now it's looking at ports and I guess looking at IP addresses. Looking at some sandbox stuff. Now it's looking at to see if system integrity protection is enabled, and it is, which is good because the last time I ran this check with the other agent that's newer, it did find that was turned off, and I had to go manually turn that back on again. It was done for some testing that I was doing for CrowdStrike. So this is interesting. It's taking a while to run this scan. We'll see how long it's going to take to finish. And see what happens. It's seeing that Claude is running, and it's got some other things that are running. It's interesting, it sees this create icon py file it's looking at. That was saved in the root directory. That's interesting. Must have got saved there by accident a while ago. March 11th. That would be pretty close to when Agent was born. So it might have been a newer version of Agent that we had some problems where we only had the Launch Daemon. It was saving stuff from the root. So that explains that. It no longer does that. Not in the real version. It's looking at users. This is a pretty long scan. I didn't think this was going to do all this, but it's definitely doing it. And it's looking at XPC service plist for Google. It's got an agent for Google. Google's got a lot of stuff on here too. And it's got my agent helpers there. I'm gonna scroll up to this. I'm not interested what this is. Not considering major OS update after a qualifying because it was not SMU based. I'm not even sure what that is. That's interesting. Some shim controller. These are Microsoft updates, they look like. No, MSU. Those seem like they're Microsoft updates to me. Must have some Microsoft stuff on here still. And we got some Safari things. Don't really see a whole lot right now. Okay, I guess it finished. Okay, completed comprehensive system security scan, found no evidence of malware or system compromising. Key findings: system integrity protection SIP is enabled. No suspicious process or network connections detected. No unauthorized kernel extensions loaded. XProtect anti-malware service is running. No suspicious cron jobs or startup items. Firewall disabled, but no malicious listeners found. Minor findings. Some non-Apple launch agents, Microsoft, Adobe Zoom, which are legitimate software. User has some custom email organization launch agents, which is true. I actually set some up with Agent, and several legitimate third-party apps with network connections. All network connections appear to be legitimate services. The system appears to be clean and secure with no indicators of compromise. Okay. That's going to end the video. This is going to show that the original Agent does run, and it really did a good job, and it didn't hose my system, even though it's got pretty much anything can do access. Talk to you later.